Thought Knot Seer. That's not great. That's actually like absolute worst case scenario. So he's going to play Thought Knot. I'm going to let his trigger resolve. He's going to take Languish, and then we'll grasp the Thought Knot. And then we have 2 draws towards Ob Nixilis here. We unfortunately can't play Gideon because this is flying, and Ghostfire Blade on this will kill the Gideon. So he can't take the Grasp because then Languish just sweeps his board. So we know his hand is Matter Reshaper, Ruinator Guide. Kiki Chord already has far too many 3-drops in it. We probably don't have room for another one like that, especially not one that has that kind of effect. Hey, Nugget. You want to come up here and sit with your dad? Oh, tiny baby. Oh, flying baby. All right. What? Okay, he just wants to use up my next turn. That's fair, I guess. I'll take the 2 for 1. I guess we're actually not in a great spot. Read the Bones gives us a little bit of maneuverability at least, but so we know both his cards. He can't deploy both of them this turn, which is good for us. Seagate Wreckage is in a position that I could take over this game. Yeah, definitely go back to 1 Kiki. There's no reason not to. Oh, and then this is going to make this bigger than... Okay. Gideon can fog this guy, though, basically. So we got that going for us. No, now we're definitely playing Gideon. Because he'll hopefully play Ruinator Guide, and then we'll untap and Wrath him. Gideon says 0, gain 6 life. Do you want the rest of this pouch? You want the rest of this vegetable pouch? Baby used to cry, yep. Block. Man, if he had a 2-drop too. Ruinator Guide, sure, probably just powering this up. Yeah, you got it. Well, that was almost a worst case scenario. He hit his flying guy that he can put Ghostfire Blade onto and hit Gideon for 4 with. So now, I was just going to make a guy so Gideon doesn't die to Reality Smasher, but now we have to put it up to 5 so it doesn't die to the Infiltrator that he has in play. You're a brat, tiny baby. You're a tiny baby brat. Yes, you are. So now this is the part where I have to ask myself, how greedy am I? Because now I could read the Bones for an untapped land and then go read into Sorin. I think I want to go read into Sorin. We could also just hit a removal spell for this. Alright, I think I'm going to keep the Grasp and bottom the tapped land. Alright, we hit another read. I'm just going to plus Sorin and crack him here. Just like clock him. And then during his upkeep, I'm going to grasp his guy. The reason why we're doing it during his upkeep is because he has an ability that lets him possibly save his guy depending on what's on top of our deck. And I want him to commit to using his mana on his turn before that happens. So before you do anything, this also means he has one less card for Stubborn Denial. Or if he has Stubborn Denial, he's got to pay blue mana on his turn, you know, using his mana up for another cycle. I'm going to have to take 5 after this game and run upstairs and grab a bottle. It's okay, bud. It's okay. You know what? I'm going to take a minute really quick. I'll be like less than 2 minutes. Oh, opponent conceded. All right. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and I'm going to run and grab a bottle for D-Money, who's so hungry. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I know, you're an angry baby. All right, and we're back. Thanks for hanging out, folks. So long to everyone that vacated during the short break. Looks like we had a lot of people stay, though. 740 people that hung out. You were the best 740 ever. Well, maybe not as great as some of my subs. My subs are pretty awesome, but the rest of you are pretty A-okay. Occasionally we take short breaks. Kids come first and all that jazz. If you're a first-time watcher, I saw Pikachu on screen there. I appreciate the follow. Follows and subs are the two best ways you can support the stream. If you enjoy constructed Magic like Standard and Modern and Legacy, we're going to try and play Vintage and Pauper later this month as well. I also play Constructed Hex TCG, so you can should check that out as well. Why only one Kalitas? I don't think this card's very good in general in this deck. Creatures in this deck just like soak removal, so by turning on their removal spells, you're making cards that are otherwise dead in their hand be better. There's one Kalitas in here because it's reasonable against Rally, and the Dark Petition gives us like 2 virtual copies of Kalitas. But I don't want a pile of them like you want in something like Mardu Green, because Mardu Green already has targets for the removal. They're playing like Soulfire Grandmaster and Sylvan Advocate and other things like that. These people want to know why no fetch lands in the deck. You can, if you check my, it's just, okay, TLDR, fetch lands are not free. Everyone in this format, I hear people say over and over again that fetch lands are free and they don't cost you anything. Fetch lands cost you a life. Your life is a resource. This deck, because of Scoured Barrens and its lack of fetch lands, starts on average 2 to 4 health points higher than your opponent does every single game. And the games in Standard right now, most of them go really long and get grindy, and your life total is a really important resource in those games. Yes, you are, Cruising In. Can you explain how season works as everyone started 0 points again? So the SCG leaderboard, it's new this year. So there's actually 2 leaderboards going on simultaneously. There's the entire year's leaderboard, which is what you see on the side. The entire year's leaderboard, those positions determine buys, and they determine player of the year, and the 3 end of the year slots. Now, the seasonal boards are just for a single season, and the seasonal boards determine the seasonal point invites. So the Season 1 on the SCG Tour goes from the Vegas Invitational to the Columbus Invitational. Then Season 2 starts with the Columbus Invitational, and it goes to the New Jersey Invitational, and it just covers those events in between. So the 3 slots for the Season 2 of the Season 2 of the tour for the PC, those are only going to be for Season 2 events, which is different than